The Boy Scouts, long a symbol of American values, agreeing to an historic sex abuse settlement.
Does it make me forget? It can't.
Jeff Williams says he was just 9 years old when a scout leader abused him, abuse that lasted 2 years. He's one of 84,000 survivors who will share at least $850 million.
Is this about money or is it about something more?
Definitely more. This is about them taking responsibility.
It's really just a down payment. There are billions of dollars of insurance proceeds, which will be provided to the survivors at the end of this bankruptcy.
The Boy Scouts of America calls the settlement a significant milestone in its dual imperatives of equitably compensating survivors of abuse and preserving the mission of scouting. The Boy Scouts filed bankruptcy last year. When it exits, it will be a much smaller organization, membership declining 61% since 2019. But Williams wants the Scouts to survive.
I think that a lot of kids gain a lot of things out of it, but to have those experiences, they need to be safe.
To make sure a Scout's honor is a promise kept. Ann Thompson, NBC News.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.